not a day that goes by where I'm not going to fight for the ability for a woman to decide her healthcare choices instead of having a politician choose what her healthcare choices are. And there's a difference on Social Security and Medicare. Bobby knows this. He's knocked thousands of doors, and he knows what would happen if Medicare was privatized, if Social Security was sunsetted. Linda McMahon has these radical ideas for Medicare and Social Security because she's not going to have to rely on those programs, right? It's the hard-working men and women in New Britain who are going to have to rely on those programs. And while she's talking about privatizing and sunsetting those programs, I'm going to be talking about strengthening them. I'm going to be talking about making sure that they're around for everybody who is waiting for them here in New Britain and everybody who's worked hard to play by the rules to get those benefits. So this is a big deal. We got the weight of the national agenda on our shoulders. We have the weight of two totally different visions, and you guys are going to make the difference. All these TV ads on the air, you know, people are starting to tune them out, right? You hear it all the time. People are saying, you know what, enough. And what we know is that the only thing that cuts through in these last few days is a knock on the door from somebody who's local, from somebody who comes from the same background that you do, and says, listen, I'm here to tell you why this election is personally important to me. I'm telling you why I'm out here spending my Saturday and my Sunday knocking on doors. That will, in the end, make an impact at a rate 10 times greater than the TV ad, than the radio ad, or the piece of mail. All that stuff matters, and so we're going to still do it, but it's really you that are going to make the difference. So I'm preaching to the choir here. I know you're here because you've already committed to go out there and win this race for me, and for Bobby, and for Terry, and for Rick, and for Elizabeth. But I know that in those races where I've really needed the extra votes, when that New Britain result comes in at a big margin, because we work hard for big margins here in New Britain. We don't want to win New Britain close. We want to win New Britain big. That's the difference maker. And I will still remember on election night in 2006, and some of you guys were there with us, almost all you guys were here. We thought we were doing well. We saw the initial results coming in, and we thought, we might be able to pull something off. And about the 6th or 7th town that came in was New Britain. And we had won New Britain. We had beaten Nancy Johnson in her hometown by a 2-1 margin. And I was sitting next to my campaign manager when she took the call, and I remember her stopping, putting the phone down, putting it back to her ear, and saying, "Can you repeat those numbers to me?" Because she didn't believe it when it came in. This race with Linda McMahon is going to be tight. I know the Esty Rohrabaugh race is going to be close. It is going to come down to a handful of towns and the margin that they produce. And so go out there and work like heck for the next 10 days. We need another big margin. We need another record turnout out of New Britain in order to deliver this state and deliver this district for the Democrats. Let's go out there and win this one, guys. Thank you very much.